Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live from Detroit.
Pink suits with hats to match, big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks? This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep the hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on their mind.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man Jay Johnson, aka the tinfoil hat titan, aka the conspiracy realist, aka the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text him with your green bubbles, aka only debate my equals. Everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, cause all the hoes say J.U. Ice. Young Caesar, cause you know you can't run without me, aka get it right. I did it different, did it better, did it nice, did the impossible, and then I did it twice. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. What up?
More obnoxious every week, my nigga. And it's your man Dame going wild. The West Side landlord, the pride of PA, the corner store conquistador, the liquor store legend, and the father that your punk ass wish you had. What's up? Keep it short and sweet. The straw that stirs the drink, the big glass of Kool-Aid drinker. That's all I got, man. I'm just going to be reaching at this point, but I'm a fucking living legend, nigga. I am Space Mountain in the flesh. Your bitch wants a ride, and I'm open all summer long like Cedar Point. Oldest ride, longest motherfucking line. Dame gone wild. Shit. Yo, somebody fuck with me this morning and is literally my nigga, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning because I had a 6 o'clock haircut appointment because that's how I get down on my Saturdays with my East Side barber. Shout out to my nigga Nate Harris. But motherfuckers have been fucking with me since my feet touched the floor. I am on fire this morning. Me and my nigga Jay was just sitting here and I just had a phone call and I was letting them fly. I was letting them quotables fly.
I was dying laughing.
I was letting them quotables fly because you are not going to fuck up my Father's Day weekend. Get behind thee, Satan. You will not fuck up my Father's Day. If I don't get shit else in life, there's 2 days that I celebrate. That's my motherfucking birthday, and that's motherfucking Father's Day. And ain't a bitch alive with a pussy between her legs walking God's green earth gonna fuck with either one of them. Goddamn right. Shit.
Let the doors of the church are open.
Is there one? Is there one? Hey, I went to church last week, and the pastor said something that was for real shit. He said, I didn't pray for a saved wife. I prayed for a sexy one. He said, because I can bring her to Jesus, but I need her to look good. And that shit stuck with me.
Pastor dropping bars.
Yeah, he said, I didn't pray for a saved wife. I prayed for a sexy one. Because we got to get on FaceTime when I'm out of town and do what we do.
Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
Oh, how old is this pastor?
Hey, man, he got to be early 50s. But he can, he keep it at 1,000.
Wow, for real.
Yeah. So, how was your week, my nigga?
Wait. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Shoptalkpodcast, episode number 52.
52. That's a year.
That's a year, nigga.
Congratulations, my nigga.
Congratulations, my brother. It was a Saturday a year ago today.
Yeah. And your crib.
Yeah.
I really thought it was gonna be a one week thing.
But yeah, man. I appreciate it. And 1 year, that's a long time, man. We got to put this picnic together, though.
Oh, the Shop Talk Podcast picnic is coming, and I'm telling you right now, bitches, get your bodies together today. Get a sauna suit, get in your nearest Lifetime, Planet Fitness, Powerhouse, because if you come out there with your saggy ass titties, your body looking like a bag of dirty clothes, you're shaped like a sweet potato, we don't want you there. We don't want you there.
Hold on.
Stay away.
Relax. Hold on.
Stay away.
First, you can't call them bitches and expect them to come out.
Ladies, I'm sorry.
And everybody,
unstable creatures.
Everybody is welcome. All right.
No.
Yes, everybody is welcome.
Then wear appropriate clothing.
It's a barbecue. They ain't about to be out in no bikini.
I'm saying, if it's hot enough outside. Let me tell you something. When I think of barbecue, besides good food, good music, and good people, I'm thinking of fuckery, too. There's going to be some water balloons. There's going to be some motherfucking super soakers. There's going to be a bunch of wild niggas at a park somewhere, and we going to have a good motherfucking time.
I'm all good.
Praise the Lord, saints.
With the young ladies and the wild balloons, you can keep the wild niggas. I don't want no problems.
Hey man, as long as I'm in the building, it's a wild nigga on the premises.
Somebody gonna be asking me who mans is this and shit.
I'm your motherfucking tag team partner.
Shit.
We Bubba Ray and Devon, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So welcome back, man.
Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
This is the Father's Day episode.
Yeah, man.
We'll get into some Father's Day information before.
Amazing fathers. And before this episode is over, there's just a special message from my heart that I like to share with fathers.
Okay, that's what's up. But before we get into that, we got to address some bullshit that didn't happen this week.
Okay, we'll ease into the bullshit. Let's start.
We'll just start with the Golden State Warriors. I know you was hating. Like you sat here and
I thought Cleveland was going to win it. Like I'll admit it. I mean, it's recorded. I wanted Cleveland to win. I thought they were going to win. Golden State played a hell of a series. They got a lot of firepower. I can't sit here and shit on the champs like they won it. Like it's not like the NBA was some collusion. Maybe for them to go 4-4-4, they wasn't trying to have that shit happen. But I mean, Golden State pulled it out. They the champs. I mean, you talking about a team with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, fucking Klay Thompson. The bench is absolutely fucking loaded. Like them niggas are a well-oiled machine.
Cleveland got a good bench as well.
They do, but they don't have the firepower that Golden State has. And I'm not gonna make no excuses with it, but Golden State is built to last. Like them niggas might be a problem for the next 3 to 5 years.
So this is the only thing that people kept talking shit about that I ain't necessarily agree with. Everybody was hating on Kevin Durant. That nigga left a team with one superstar and went to another team with one superstar.
Are we just calling Steph Curry just the only superstar?
Klay Thompson's not no fucking superstar.
He's a perennial all-star every year. So I mean,
there's a bunch of all-stars on Cleveland. But like literally there was only one superstar.
It's a bunch of all-stars on Cleveland.
They got 6 niggas on their team with Olympic medals. They have 9 all-stars on their team and an MVP. I'm just keeping it real.
Like Richard Jefferson doesn't count. Fucking
he got a gold medal in the Olympics.
Nah, come on, man. So does Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal was the man at 4
Carlos Boozer.
Carlos Boozer was balling at one point. Like,
man.
You naming niggas that's like.
One thing I give Golden State is that they just didn't pluck a bunch of free agents. This is a team that was built through the draft.
It's only one person that they traded for, and it was Kevin Durant. Like, yeah. I don't see them as a super team. Them niggas is a team that's really good and added one person. Like a super team is when I literally specifically go find niggas that I know who is dope. And LeBron been doing that shit for 10 years.
Yeah, LeBron the best GM in the NBA.
That nigga recruited Shaq to try to get a ring. Yeah, even though Shaq was on his decline, like you've been trying to do this super team shit for a long time.
Like I said, LeBron is the best GM in the league. And next year he'll put a team together.
Or the worst GM in the league. Because every time he lose, even no matter what, nigga had the best record in the league for 2 years. Them niggas lose in the finals. Say he had no team. What?
Now LeBron be having solid teams. Now the teams like that he previously took to the finals, like his first go round in Cleveland, them niggas was trash. Like he literally put them motherfuckers on his back. But like now he be having squads.
I don't know. Big Z was one of the best centers in the league at the time.
Come on, man.
He wasn't?
The center is a dinosaur. The center is a T-Rex.
In 2017, in 2008, centers were still popping.
Nah.
Anyway.
Well, Cleveland to get Boogie Cousins next year, and then they'll be all right. You trade Kevin Love and Shumpert and a draft pick. You take Boogie Cousins, a draft pick, and somebody from off the bench.
I wouldn't trade. Cool. I wouldn't get rid of Boogie Cousins for Shumpert. First off, Shumpert is ass. He need to go home and
Shumpert, Kevin Love, and a draft pick.
Shumpert need to go home with his clearly more talented wife, and just sit there, be a house husband. She got way more talent than he got in everything. She probably hoop better than that nigga.
Nah, I seen video of her getting crossed up out her fucking shoes. Like she ain't got no hoop skills. I seen you that shit.
I think I did see that.
Yeah, she ain't got no hoop skills. But one thing I do want to shout out Golden State for, they said fuck the White House in number 45.
Immediately.
We not coming.
Nigga, like the next day they put that shit out loud.
Like no, we not going. Unanimously, we not coming.
It's how many white people on that squad?
Not enough to make the trip.
It's 2, maybe.
I don't know.
It may not be. Is it?
Can you count Zaza Pachulia as being white? Nah, his name is Zaza. He's not.
Nah, they immediately we shut that shit all the way down. Nah, we ain't going.
Yeah,
I think 45 is going in that shit. he gonna stop having people come in general.
Yeah, because he not gonna want to be embarrassed.
Because like now it's just way too many people saying they're not coming. He gonna shut that shit down, and I think it's dumb anyway.
It's like a field trip. It's a field trip for grown ass men to the White
y'all
House.
Niggas don't even watch basketball. Like, why am I going down here and shit? Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
All right. So after Golden State won a championship, there was another trophy of some sort that was put on display this week in the form of Amber Rose box.
Oh man, Amber Rose has a beautiful looking vagina. I was expecting her to be blonde hair down there. I thought she might just go for the full dye and just, I dated a girl one time. She had purple vagina hair. She dyed it purple.
She a unicorn?
Nah, she dyed it purple. It was the weirdest shit I'd ever seen before. But it didn't stop from...
You had purple hair in your beard?
I mean, shit, I'm magically delicious, motherfucker.
I mean, that's some amazing shit. Like,
she had purple hair, but then she dyed her box hair purple. But I digress.
But okay. Well, see, like if everything normal and shit, nothing, everything look normal, and then I take them bitches off and you got purple, like that's some amazing.
It's like finding the golden ticket for Willy Wonka.
Like you come back up looking like,
what
did that find here?
well, look at God.
What do we have here?
But yeah, Amber Rose and this whole slut walk thing and the slut shaming. Is it wrong for me to say I don't give a fuck? I don't care. I know me, you, and Tariq have had this conversation. I don't give no fuck about a woman's body count or what she does with her body outside of Dame. I don't.
Well, that ain't what this about.
I mean, it's advertisement for the slut walk.
That's essential. Oh, yeah, she act like it wasn't. She thinks so. Amber Rose believes that she's a feminist, and she believes that feminists just should show their pussy online all the time, but should not be treated as sex objects. But everything that you talk about is sex specifically, but we can't view you as a sex object. I think Amber Rose and her slut walk, not the slut walk, her slut walk, and her feminism and all of the bullshit, they get all the way the fuck out of here. You the worst possible spokesman for this shit.
I don't have no problem with shit she does, man. I don't know exactly what she does.
She sells sex.
Oh, she's doing a damn good job. Good job.
Is she?
I mean, she's sexy as fuck to me. So I mean, I'm interested in looking. I ain't had no problem with the picture. I mean, and for people to be so up in arms, like you got a smartphone in your hand, I'm sure you got much worse in your browser history. Like, just let it be what it is.
But kind of like putting it as in this is feminism. They took because when Instagram took the picture down, she said they took my feminist pic down. See, you making a bad name for feminists because if you want to attach feminism to you specifically, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Like, bitch, you a hoe. I'm saying that you are, but like that's the thought process. So next time some feminists really come in with real stuff to say that really want to empower women. If you want to empower women, Michelle Obama don't empower women, or maybe is it just Amber Rose? Like only way you can feel empowered as a woman is you show your box online and do the Amber Rose challenge. Like that's how you do it.
The Amber Rose challenge.
Like you get paid for a living to be sexy and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can post those pictures and do all that shit.
She's a model essentially. Isn't that her profession or her trade?
Absolutely. But everybody who posting those pictures with you ain't. Bitch, you work at the Gap. Like,
hey man, everybody's the model once you put booking info in your Instagram bio.
No, she get the fuck out of here with that shit and all them Photoshop pictures. Cause they be showing them videos when she be on the beach, and that shit don't look the same.
There are a little bit more cuts and crevices, but I mean, she a real woman. I expect it to be a little bit of cellulite, couple dents.
How old is she?
Show me them stretch marks, baby.
She about reaching her expiration anyway.
Oh,
that's a whole nother conversation.
Wow, you said it though.
That's a whole nother conversation that we'll have one day.
You said it
because. That hourglass, fucking sand.
The sand starting to stay on one end.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not involved. I'm not involved with this. Something else that came up that you didn't put on the list. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor have finally officially agreed to this spectacle. I won't even call it a fight.
It's a fight.
It's not going to be a fight.
All this shit is fight.
It's not going to be a fight. One or two things is going to happen. Either Father Time has caught up with Floyd Mayweather. He's going to take this nigga Conor McGregor as a joke, and Conor is going to wash him. Or what I truly think is going to happen, that Floyd is going to beat the white privilege out of Conor McGregor for 4 to 5 rounds.
He might punish a nigga for the whole 12 just because. It depends on how much shit you talk throughout the press
this is going to
conference.
be epic Hall of Fame WWF style shit talking.
I just don't see.
They're going to sell the fuck out of this fight.
The only thing is, I think Conor going to do more selling. You know what I'm saying? Than Floyd. Floyd going to talk shit. But see, Conor, he like to move shit around, throw shit. Like, that shit ain't going to fly.
You don't think he throw some shit at Floyd and won't nothing happen?
Floyd's security side, we don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas got murder cases. Like, he got hit with a murder charge.
But they know what they're getting into.
But I'm saying, I don't know if Conor know how to tame that shit back all the time.
I hope he doesn't.
Because I don't know if you when you watch the UFC press conference.
When he was fighting Diaz, he was
like,
throwing water bottles at them niggas.
Like, niggas don't really play. Like, you fighting them people. Like, we don't really get down like that. You know what I'm saying? And my security staff don't really get down like that. So depending on how I literally may keep you around and literally just beat the shit out you for 12 rounds. But guess what? The scenario that you just described, insert name boxer there, ain't that the exact same scenario? Either Father Time is gonna catch up with Floyd or he gonna beat the shit out
But
you.
I mean, Floyd is damn near 40 at this point.
He is 40.
Yeah, so I mean, nigga, Father Time is undefeated. That nigga is 1,000,000. He never loses. And Floyd is starting to get up there in age of fighters.
But
not to say that
think about this.
But Floyd is damn near impossible to hit, like, clean. It's damn near impossible just to blow, like, to rock this nigga jaw. Conor McGregor ain't no hoe. So, I mean,
Conor McGregor is not a boxer. And
he's not.
He's very aggressive. He's going to swing punches, and Floyd is a counter puncher, and he's going to rock
He's going to eat
shit.
them shits all up.
And, you know, I'm a boxing connoisseur. I watch it all day, every day. I literally, it's probably not a day that don't go by. I watch some form of boxing via even my YouTube stream, all the different behind the scenes, old fights, whatever. Typically what Floyd do is whatever you good at, I take that shit away and I counter you. So every time because everybody is so worried about this left hook that Conor got, that you usually swing on niggas with 4-ounce gloves on, but you're gonna be wearing some 10-ounce gloves because y'all fighting at 154 pounds. You're not used to this shit.
But there's not a lot of tape of Conor and at boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives a little bit left to study because you don't know what you're walking in there with.
But the issue I got is like fake ass media, ESPN don't know shit about boxing. Fox Sports don't know shit about boxing. And them niggas get up there, this is going to ruin boxing. This is, first off, shut the fuck up. Nothing's ruining boxing. People still, it's a
boxing
fight.
Needs some help.
It don't.
It does.
Nigga, it's been a great fight on every fucking weekend. Nigga, Andre Ward and Kolev fighting part 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Like, this year specifically, you had some great fucking fights this year and going into the next year. On free TV at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boxing, there is more boxing on television right now than it's ever been, period. Like, even back when the Tuesday night fights was popping and shit like that, it is literally more boxing on free TV right now than it has ever been.
Yeah.
And boxers are making more money than they ever made, but you got these talking heads get on TV and tell you that boxing is dead, is really hurting. Guess what?
Certain divisions are hurting.
Heavyweight division ain't came back this year.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, look, it's been like 5 really good heavyweight fights this year, and they got some really legitimate heavy hitters and shit. I mean, it is what it is. But people who are upset, like, come on, fam, this entertainment. Why the fuck would I not be entertained by this shit? Like, Muhammad Ali didn't fight a motherfucking wrestler back in the 60s and shit.
Antonio Inoki.
Like, nigga, it happens. I don't give a fuck. I want to see the shit. I don't like Conor McGregor. I don't. I think he a hype job. And he got washed in the ring a couple times. I know he got one official loss, but he get washed in the ring.
He take a lot of punishment. But, I mean, he a tough-ass white boy. It's going to be – I'm not going to say it's going to be a good fight. I'm thinking about going to Vegas for the shit because I found me like a all-inclusive package for like less than $1,000. I'm thinking about making that trip.
I need to actually watch the fight. Like, if I was going to the fight, it'd be different. But I'm not about to just go down there just to be in a bar watching that shit on the screen or some shit. Or you could be in your hotel room.
That's just gonna be at least $100.
For sure. I mean, the last one was $100. Shit, regular.
Was it?
Yeah, the Manny Pacquiao shit was $100. I mean, a regular pay per view is gonna run you $60 in HD. So I'm not surprised that it'd be an extra $30. Like, it is what it is.
Well, at least if I don't go to Vegas, I know whose house I'm gonna watch the fight at.
Hey man, or stream the shit illegal. I ain't bought a pay per view. I don't know how long. I watched this shit online, streamed to my TV, or via Fire Stick. You know what I'm saying? So, Fire Sticks have taken over boxing pay per views. So numbers have been dipping because literally everybody's watching the fight. We just watching that shit.
Yeah,
on Twitter. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I really want to find a link, I go on Twitter. I look for a fucking such and such fight link. Somebody post a link. I shoot that bitch to my TV and I watch that bitch for free. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the fight. I'm not gonna pay for it.
Fights, shit like this, it create fight parties. And then you have motherfuckers, you buy the fight for real because you want, if you got motherfuckers over, you want that bitch to be crisp. You don't want it to be stopping and pausing and shit. I can deal with that shit if I'm watching it by myself, but you want that bitch to be crisp. Fight party's gonna be here. Bitches, girls gonna come over.
Oh,
you gonna have liquor gonna be here. Like, how can this be a bad idea, nigga? You don't have friends. Like, like it's gonna be a party. You gonna have fun, and that's what everybody gonna do. They gonna go home, and then Monday morning they gonna go to work and talk about the shit. Like, how is this bad for boxing?
I'm not gonna say that. I never said it is bad for boxing. Like, I want to see it. I want to see. Is it Showtime? Everything that leads up to the fight, I want to see it, and then I want to see the fight.
I just hate you only watch boxing on pay-per-view people, and then you try to talk about the shit. Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't talk about the opera because I don't know shit about it. But it is what it is.
2 more things before we get into our topic.
Mm-hmm.
I said I would keep this shit up every week. Dame's playlist.
Okay.
This week,
a lot of fucking music came out.
A lot of good music came out yesterday, but the shit that I am rocking with, well, the album that I'm fucking with is my nigga 2 Chainz. Pretty Girls Love Trap Music.
How you like the album?
I love the album, and I would go on record to say I think it might be Chainz's best album.
I'm gonna still sit with it.
Okay.
I don't get the best album from Chainz so far. I think because anticipating this album, I've been listening to some old Chainz shit. I think Chainz's first album was probably his best.
It was really good.
He had literally 8 singles off of that shit, dog.
Yeah,
it was packed.
And I always tied in my baby boy is a 2 Chainz fan, and he graduated elementary school this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was very happy that we got to ride and listen to new 2 Chainz on the way to and from graduation. That's 8 o'clock in the morning, he want to listen to Chainz, and I'm like, it's your day, man. It's your fucking day.
Ain't Apple Music great, man?
It is. It is. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it once this free trial is over. I'm just saying, because I don't like commitments of $10 a month. But
you can buy. I think if you can buy a card for $99. It's 2 months off, and you just pay it up. So instead of $120 for the year, it's like $100.
Who do you think I am, John J. Rockefeller? I'm out in these streets struggling, my nigga.
I'm just saying,
But also 2 Chainz. Besides 2 Chainz, what I've also been listening to is a member of the Hustle Gang, Dope Boy Ra. Got a project. I'm sure you haven't. I listen to a lot of underground shit. He got a single called Lord, LAWD. Shit is fucking incredible. Dope Boy Ra from the Hustle Gang.
Okay.
You should check it out.
You want to steal something from the Joe Budden podcast?
Steal what from Joe Budden?
Every at the end of the episode, they play a sleeper pick, a song that niggas ain't up on at the end of the shit.
We should incorporate.
I mean,
it's not stealing. We're just incorporating.
No, I mean, this is flat out stealing. I'm okay. I'm not above it. You know what I'm saying? I like music too. We'll think about it. You know what I'm saying?
We're just finding things that are working for us as we continue to grow this podcast.
You know what I'm saying? I do share songs back and forth with a couple people like, nigga, have you heard this? This is real dope. And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We may steal that shit. So if you're listening somehow,
yeah,
it is what it is. Big Boy came out with a project yesterday.
Boomiverse.
Young Thug came out with a project yesterday.
Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girl.
I'm never listening to it, but he came out with a project yesterday.
I just love the name of that shit.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I think that shit is catchy.
Okay, yeah, it's each his own.
I think this shit's catchy. What else?
One of my homeboys said Drake came out with an album yesterday.
Who?
He's completely fooling Drake. Like, nigga,
go back to sleep, bro.
Drake did not come out with an album.
Yeah, go back to sleep, bro.
It was something else that came out. Oh, Her Part 2 came out yesterday. I don't know if you remember or familiar with the first Her album. It's some underground SoundCloud shit, but it's a lady. She made a song called a project called Her, and Part 2 came out, and it's dope. Matter of fact, Her was so good that somebody did a response to the record. He named it Him, which was a dope ass project. It's about 8 songs or whatever. But Her Part 2 came out. I listened to it yesterday, and it's fire. You got to get up on that.
I'm not familiar, but now I am. So I'm gonna have to go looking for it. So now it's time for whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this?
We still got to interject Ant doing that part, because I'm not going to even try and jump on that falsetto. But whose man's is this? We know who's getting it this week, but I'm gonna let you take off from here.
Jesus fucking Christ, dog! Like
the mayor of Coonville.
Man, I just started this off by saying I'm not a big Steve Harvey fan. I don't think I've ever been a big Steve Harvey fan, right?
Even when he used to rock that lace front.
I watched the
Kings of Comedy.
I watched the Steve Harvey show, the TV show, and via Kings of Comedy, like, I gave all them niggas a shot, right? But because I'm not the biggest Steve Harvey fan, every time something happened with Steve Harvey, I kind of reserve my judgment because I already don't like him, and I probably think I'm probably just hating. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the Think Like a Man, that whole book shit. I didn't like that.
Nah.
I don't like his talk show. I don't listen to his radio show.
Nope.
But I caught some clips from his radio show this week.
That's kind of what brings us to why we're awarding whose man's is this to Steve Harvey. So
the day after Golden State Warriors beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I also found out Steve Harvey's from Cleveland, apparently.
You know my disdain for Cleveland.
Yeah.
The mistake by the lake.
So a guy called in and said that he was happy that Cleveland lost, and Cleveland don't deserve a championship or something like that. The man was from Flint, Michigan. And Steve Harvey tells the man, he over there bathing in all that silver water, referencing the Flint water crisis. And then they kind of his whole co-host was like, whoa, we're gonna
reel it back in,
Steve, blah blah blah. And then towards the end of his speech, he was like, enjoy a nice glass of that brown water. Now, Steve, I know you think you a funny motherfucker, but you not that funny to me. And you want to be a 100%, you not even a fucking Kings of Comedy, nigga. You was the host. Them 3 niggas was the kings. You was bringing them out. You didn't even have a set. You was talking in between you announcing the real Kings of Comedy. We all just give you the Kings of Comedy title. Nigga, you was the host. You not one of them. Bernie Mac, D.L. Hughley, and Cedric Entertainer were the stars of the show. You was the funny nigga that they was their homeboy, and you bring them niggas out. Now, I can't take away and say you just not funny at all, because at some point, Kings of Comedy was funny.
It's funny as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? He was cool in that. I'm good. I ain't like nothing since. The TV show was cool, but you ain't write the TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking like you, dog. Now, you done did all this bullshit, because when I went online to find the audio, and I type in Steve Harvey, Flint, he got like 4 different shows where he's sending cases of water.
Yeah, sending like pallets of water up to Flint.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think that's going to be his recourse. Like, once the backlash really starts, well, I've dedicated a show to Flint. I sent water to Flint. Yo, I don't give no fuck. Flint been without clean water for 3 fucking years.
So what I say,
basic right.
What I say last week when we was talking about Bill Maher. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get a pass for saying nigga because you did this. You talk about black people here, you don't talk about. Just
it
because
applies on both ends.
Just because you can't keep getting a fucking pass for fucking with the culture. Essentially, you don't get to say that shit. This not a joke. You mad that the Cleveland lost? I get you from Cleveland, but you taking it too far. Go have a nice glass of that brown water. Niggas done died over this shit.
Are still dying.
The next day, they formally charged. I can't think of the gentleman's name.
With involuntary manslaughter.
Now, this is real shit. This ain't no shit you can get on the radio and talk shit about. And they ask you specifically, don't you want to apologize? We think this going a little bit too. Your co-host and everything was like, nah, I ain't gonna apologize. Like, fam,
he felt like it was a sports related joke.
Nigga, they ain't got shit to do with sports. So if you really want to be that, you got that sucker ass book that you put out. Don't write no fucking relationship book when you been rich 20, 30 years and shit, bitch. Nobody fucking with you like that. Number 2,
Steve's been married 3 times.
His wife now was his best friends to one of his ex-wives. He tried to put one of his ex-wives in jail on some child support shit like a hoe. There's allegedly video you of slapping one of your wives in front of people and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you took that fuck ass picture with your shirt off with some fucking overalls.
Oh man,
what kind of shit is you thinking? You fucking John Henry and shit. Like, this is a bunch of questionable shit. Then you taking pictures with motherfucking Trump.
Remember when he went to meet with Trump?
Like, no, it's just way too much. It's just way too much for me. And now you talking about you bathing in all that silver water. Like, nigga, this shit ain't funny, dog. Because guess what? It's children literally still doing that. They don't got no fucking option.
Yeah.
Nah, dog. Fuck that. That's too close to the crib.
It's kids bathing every day from bottled water, my nigga. Boiling that shit on the making that shit warm on the stove, taking a rag and a piece of soap and sponge bathing the fucking bottled water.
About a month ago, you sent that letter to all your staff telling them basically don't fuck with you. Don't come to my room. Don't email me. I'm going to put you out. Like, I try to get you a pass on that, like, you a busy man, blah, blah, blah. No, it's ways that you say shit to somebody, dog. And you can't keep doing this shit and we keep giving you a pass. Who mans is this? Who the fuck keep taking up for this nigga? At some point, you getting associated with him too. I can't keep giving you passes for this fuck shit, because guess what? If that was Bill Maher who said some shit about go drink that dirty brown water, we'd be all of us would be all up in arms. But
black
because
people.
he black, and he said the shit, oh, he a comedian. I don't give a fuck what you are, dog.
I'm not riding with the fuck shit.
You
Steve
responsible
Harvey
for the
is
words
doing.
that come out your mouth. Who mans is this? Fuck nigga out of here. Come do a show in Flint then.
Nah, man. He don't want that. He don't want that type of smoke. It's real. It's a bunch of wild niggas still in Flint, and they'll roll up on your lace front wearing ass.
This a whole bunch of sucker shit. This a whole bunch of sucker shit. You ain't the king of comedy, goddammit.
Nah, ain't never been. I don't want to even give Steve Harvey no more fucking time. Fuck you. Sincerely from Shop Talk Podcast.
Eat a dick.
Yeah.
All right, man. Smoothest transit. Speaking of Father's Day.
Yeah.
Oh shit. We talked about doing a Father's Day episode, and we wanted to give some love to the fathers out there, because I think it's one of the holidays that we have that doesn't get enough shine.
No, they group it together, dads and grads.
Yeah, I don't
Mother's Day, Red Lobster, fucking Olive Garden, all that shit be packed out.
I know my father is the most important male figure in my life. I never looked up to like basketball players or TV personalities, stuff like that. I didn't even think that was a real thing. I think it was almost like a media thing, like role models. Like, no, my dad is who I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? He did what he needed to do as a man to take care of my mom, my brothers, and extended family. I mean, our house was always open to whoever needed assistance at the time. So he was the best example that I possibly can find. All the things that we had when we were younger, bust his ass. Who know? I didn't know we was poor growing up. Like, yeah. My parents hid that shit from me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with Jordans. I didn't grow up with, like, nigga, who knew? But no matter what, he took his ass to work and came back and did everything that he was supposed to do. And
I can say the same thing about my old man. I commonly refer to him as Ray Cash. He was the disciplinarian of the house. You know, nothing got by my old dude. Like, if some shit hit the fan, like, he found out about it. He raised us, provided, took care of us. I watched my old man literally bust his ass and go to work every day for 30 plus years. You know, my father worked for Wayne County Community College in an administrative role, in several different administrative roles, and to the point where he retired like the year my mother passed, so which would have been 2013. My old man retired, and I watched him get up and go to work without complaint every motherfucking day.
Right.
And, you know, And me, like you, like by no stretch of the imagination were we rich. We were, a middle class family. Yeah, we had a nice home. We took vacations, but I know now as an adult and as a grown man, it was due to my father's sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't rock Jordans. Well, he didn't buy Jordans. I rocked them, but my old man didn't buy them. But I mean, we always had a roof over our head. Anytime I opened up the refrigerator, there was always food in the motherfucking fridge. We still took trips here and there, vacations. And my sister and I grew up, with a pretty normal ass life. I mean, a good life when I look back on it, and it was due to him and my mother's sacrifice. But it was, from the example that I had, my old man got out there and worked hard every motherfucking day.
No days off. Like I don't call off work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't miss days of school. Like when I was younger, they just instilled in me a work ethic. Like I broke my damn neck one day. And I'm saying, I'm not even saying this in jest. I'm literally with a neck brace and everything. My ass was in school the next day. Like we don't take days off. Nigga, I fell through a window, stitches in my back. I'm wrapped all the way up, walking like a fucking mummy. I'm in school the next day. Like little shit like that, I didn't think about until I got older. Like nigga, some shit happened. You dust yourself off and you get the fuck home.
Pick yourself up.
Like, can you go to work tomorrow? Well, you taking your ass to work. Can you go to school tomorrow? Well, you taking your ass to school. Like those little things I used to hate. Go pick up this trash off the grass, even off the neighbor's grass and little shit like that, cutting the grass and everything like that. And now you looking like, man, people just be throwing stuff on the ground. Like a lot of stuff that was instilled in me come straight from my father. And I think fathers in general need they just do, because we all understand that everybody is not a father. Some people have helped in the birth of a child, but they're not fathers. They're not men.
Exactly.
And the good fathers out there who
don't get enough credit,
who take care of their family, they carry that burden of the quote unquote bad father as well, because they automatically looked at black males. We'll just kick it real. Like if you a black man with a kid, somebody looking at you like you probably not doing what you're supposed to do because of all the other bad examples. But
because of the stereotypes. Not even because I can't think of the study that I found, but they said that black fathers spend on average more time with their kids than any other demographic group of fathers. And I believe that shit. I have my kids half the fucking week, every single week. You know what I'm saying? I got my babies. And, I want to share two things. Number one, just my plea to other fathers. I don't care what you're going through with your kid's mother. I know that shit's not easy. Some of these bitches make life fucking difficult for you to be a father. But I will always challenge that being in your children's life is worth whatever bullshit you got to go through. I know myself, I've brought children into the world, not in the best situations. I haven't always been the best person, and I haven't always been the best father when it comes to shit. And that's just me, like, being 1,000 with my own shit. But I love my babies. I love every last one of them. And even though shit may not always be kosher with me and their mothers, I try my best to always maintain a presence in their lives, because I understand that I'm raising young men and women. I'm raising future leaders, future husbands and wives. And sometimes the first example that they're going to see of love is what comes from me and their mother. Absolutely. Now, me and their mothers may not never be in love again. And that's cool, because that's how life happens. Relationships either go one or two ways. Either that shit's gonna work fully or it's not gonna work. And unfortunately, like my relationship, I haven't been the best person in the dealings in my relationships, and most of my problems in life have stemmed from poor decisions that I've made with women. But I can honestly say that my kids give me a reason to wake up and live every day. I had a situation about 1.5 years ago where I almost died. Like, just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. The doctor told me when I came to the hospital, had I waited another 24 to 48 hours, I wouldn't have made it. It was because of my kid's mother that I made it to the hospital. Because even though we weren't together, she still thought enough of me and my health to say, I don't think something's right with you. And I listened to her. And because of her, I'm still alive.
And that's so important, especially when you're dealing with children and in a relationship, because they can think like, all right, so especially if, say, you started off together, mom and daddy live in the same house and everything, right? Everything is all good. Everything is all love. when mommy and daddy go their separate ways, and I visibly see that they don't like each other, they don't love each other, well, the mommy and daddy can stop loving each other, then they can stop loving me. And now they in a, you know what I'm saying, those kids are in an awkward position, be like, well, so it's important, even though if you're not inside of the home, that you have a relationship with the child's mom and everything to show them, like how we kind of went back to the Mother's Day episode. Like, it's okay to buy something for the child's mom on Mother's Day. It's important for them, but it's important for the child as well to see things will be okay.
Yeah.
These things didn't work out, but guess what? Mommy and daddy still love each, not the same type of love, but as a person, as the father of this child, the mother of this child, there is love and respect that's there, and you can push forward. And it take a strong person, strong father, to be able to do that. And it's like a strong man, if mom and dad moves on, to let another man come around their children and actually be it in that supportive role.
Exactly. And it's never too late to be a part of your kids' lives. You know, sometimes we make mistakes and there are things that we miss out on. Now, we can't make up the time that's missed, but it's never too late to make that effort and to try. And I wanted to share a story of mine, and I talked to my homeboy Myron before, you know, I mentioned this story because I did want to get, you know, his blessing before I mentioned this shit. But I had a homeboy of mine, my nigga Myron. For a minute, he was a deadbeat fucking dad, like just plain and simple with the shit. His son, Lil Myron, now was 11, I think. But there was a point in time where Myron wasn't fucking with his baby mama, so he decided, I'm not fucking with my son neither. And we used to all go to the same barbershop. I see Lil Myron, you know, typically every other week, because his mother would still bring him up there to get his hair cut. And my nigga Myron would go different days because he was trying to avoid that interaction. One day I saw Lil Myron, and all my nieces and nephews, they call me Uncle Champagne. Like, that's just...
Champagne Poppy?
No, it's I get into the Uncle Champagne story later, but all my nieces and nephews call me Uncle Champagne. So he saw me up at the barbershop, and he sat next to me. He told me, Uncle Champagne, when you see my dad, tell him I love him and I miss him. And that shit broke my fucking heart. You know, to the point where I had to call my mans. I was like, look, bro, you fucking up, and I can't deal with you like a friend until you fix that shit, because you're sick. Like, Lil Myron was real young, like 5 or 6, and like, your son can't come to me like that,
right,
and have that type of conversation with me, because he know you come to this barbershop. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for you. He's looking for you, and he wanted me to relay a message to you that he miss you. Like, you got to fix that shit. And until you do, like, I love you as a friend, but like, I can't fuck with you like that if you don't fuck with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something, all my niggas that have kids, I can honestly say, like, ain't deadbeat ass daddies.
Right.
Yeah, we go through shit with their mamas. I'll cuss my baby mama out every other fucking week. But you know what? I still get my daughter. When she call, I still pick up, and I'm still there for her. Like, the shit may not always be good. I'm going through a situation right now that I'm just praying to God about when it comes to one of my kids. But you know what? I'm not going to turn my back. You know, that's my baby. You know, I'm praying to the Lord that he can intercede and work this thing out, but I still love him. You know, because I love all my children, and I'm just trying to make shit the best that I can make it. But, you know, it took some time for him to, you know, deal with a lot of that guilt and that heavy heart, because a lot of that time is what it is that ego. You know, is
how do you come back? How do I explain the time frame that I've been gone? I want to move on, I want to move forward, but I got to account for 2 years.
You know what I'm saying? And that's hard. You know, I'm not going to say it's an easy conversation, but it's one that can be had. And if you care enough about your kids, it's something that you can work through and work on, because the kids don't owe it to you to reach out and have a relationship. You owe it to them to stand up and be a father and to be a man. It's easy to, like, we can dog out our kids' mothers. We don't never have to get along with them. But for a point in time, we was equals, because we both laid down in that bed. We both fucked each other. And regardless of the decisions that we made thereafter, we parents now. So we connected forever. Not until one of us die. Like, we are connected forever through this universe. So I'm just saying, to my niggas that are fathers, that are going through shits with their baby mothers, with their ex-wives, bad relationships, bad breakups, bad divorces, swallow that pride, my G. You know, throw that shit to the win. Like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And when it's for the betterment of your child, when it's for their relationship, for them to have quality of life, for them to just need you there. Like, just be there.
Yeah, and your children are watching. They are learning how to deal with conflict from you. They're learning how to deal with situations that may not be best from you. And And if you run from those situations, you're teaching your child to run from those situations in the future.
And I know partners of mine, women that I've dealt with that grown up without their father in their life, or missing that. There's something missing from them. There's something that they're always looking for and always yearning for. And if you've dealt with that, like, I've been fortunate enough. My parents were together until the day that my mother passed. You know what I'm saying? I never grew up in a household without my father. My old man is still around now. He called me up yesterday because he was driving past my house like, hey, man, you need to do something with that grass. And you know what the fuck I'm going to do? Later on today, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to cut that goddamn grass. Because my old man said something to me about the shit. So, I mean, I don't know what it's like not to grow up without a father in the home. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it work with the mothers of my kids. So my babies are growing up without me being in the home every day. But they know if they call dad, if they pick up the phone, they know on certain days, like, I'm going to be there. And I don't care what I got going on in life. Like, my days and my time with my kids, I don't miss that shit because I want to be there. When me and my ex-wife separated, you know, the first thing that, and no shade to her at all, because she is an incredible woman and an incredible mother, and I could not do a quarter of the shit that I'm able to do as a man and as a father without her help and support. So I don't even want to make this seem like it was no shade to her. But when we initially separated, she was like, well, you can have the kids on a weekend. And I really fought her tooth and nail about that shit. Not that I just wanted my weekends to turn up, but I wanted to be sure that I was still involved. I didn't want them to look at the weekends we just going to dad's house to have fun. I don't want to be the weekend dad. Yeah, no, I wanted to be there for homework. You know, I pick up and drop off to school, you know, Head Start, daycare. I'll be sure that I meet teachers, go to parent-teacher conference, because I want them to know that these kids, like, I'm around. And if somebody fuck up, you don't have to call their mama. You can call me and I'll be there. Give me about a half hour because I'm in Canton, but I'll be there. So, I mean, I fought her on that so hard because I wanted to be, you know, involved in a part of their lives, and that shit is important to me. I got my baby boy just graduated elementary school. My oldest son starting high school next year, and I'm still gonna be around fucking up his life and making shit inconvenient because I'm your goddamn dad, and that's what I get to do.
Right, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there, all the fellas in my circle who have children. Excellent fathers, and 2 of them have children on the way. So I already know. I know
Demerit said he got a young queen that's about to come into the world.
Absolutely, man. So shout out to all of them, man, because they're really great men and great fathers. And there's no way you can be around me and not take care of your children. It's just not happening, dog. So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and we wanted to just give a shout out to, like, fathers that we grew up with, so to speak, whether it's television, fiction, real life people.
I've been waiting all week for this.
We put different lists together. So let's shoot one off.
All right. I don't care what he's going through in the news media right now. If you say Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable wasn't a perfect example of what a father should be, you're a fucking television liar. Version. Yes, not Bill Cosby, the rapist. I'm talking Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable was an incredible version of a father. You can't argue with that shit.
I can't. You know, that television show was really good for some people. And if you did not have a father inside of your home, and you say you grew up in a single family home and you used to watch that every day, like, that may have gave you an ideal of what your family should be like in the future.
He was a father, not a single father, but he was a father that helped raise 5 children. And shout out to Claire Huxtable for probably having the sweetest honey-filled pussy in all of TV history, because she popped out 5 kids for Bill Cosby.
Time out, dog.
For Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable.
Dog, you can't use such vulgarity when you speaking of the queen.
I know. You can't. Forgive me. You
can't do that to her.
Saturday morning savage. Forgive me.
No, you can't do that to
Claire Huxtable is vintage vagina. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
If you could bottle that shit and put it on the shelf, it would sell out.
I don't have. I can't say anything about it.
It would sell the fuck out.
But we gonna keep her in her highest.
Felicia Rashard, but Claire Huxtable. But I digress. Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, one of the best fathers in television history.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely situations where he talked to his children about getting jobs, about getting earrings,
going to college.
It was just a lot of
being
stuff.
Grown adults.
Yeah.
And he opened that door back up for his kids to come back home when they needed to.
Absolutely. Which is an episode that we're going to do in the future. I want to get into something along those lines. 'Cause I think it's very important with us. Uncle Phil, man.
Oh, man. Philip Banks,
dog. That's a great father.
Put that nigga at GOAT status. Philip Banks is one of the best to ever do it on TV.
Like, not only did you take in... First off, not only are you a father to your three children,
yeah.
Then you brung in another one.
Not even your blood child. Not even a blood family relative. This is your wife's sister's son.
That you're not even you and the wife's sister don't even get along necessarily.
You let this nigga come all the way from Philly to live with you.
Philly,
born and raised.
Like, so you got your sister who stay in the hood. I'm sorry, your sister-in-law that you don't really fuck with, and she don't really fuck with you because you live out here in Beverly Hills. Y'all got a tumultuous relationship, right? You let her
wayward ass child
come live with you in Beverly Hills.
Bel Air. We got to keep the geography together. Bel Air.
Same. Yeah, my bad. But like that's a step, right? And not only did you do that, because wasn't it supposed to be temporary?
Yeah. Like, nigga end up staying for the rest of his life.
Right. Like, no, that's a big thing, man.
Hold on. Uncle Phil let him live in that nice ass mansion. Went to Bel Air fucking Academy with your I'm sure
Put that boy in a private school. It gave him a good education. He literally gave that man a good education, put him in a private school, and then he got into college. And then he actually was there for counsel when he had issues.
Hell yeah. Uncle Phil was there for everything. Remember the pool hall episode when they was getting hustled?
To bail him out of jail. I mean, like, bail him out of jail. Yes. Yeah. Bail him out of jail, but bail him out of situations like a father would.
Hell yeah.
And not just I'm going to bail you out. I'm going to be mad at you, right? I'm going to talk shit. But guess what?
I love you.
I love you, and I'm going to give you that lesson as well. So...
The best episode when Will's father came, man. And then he had that breakdown. Why don't he want me? Who was there for you, Will? Uncle Phil.
That one episode is the reason that Will Smith is who he is today.
Yeah, that kicked open the door for acting gigs.
You can't watch that shit and not get the goosebumps, dog.
Yeah.
Like every single time. Like, we've seen that shit a million times.
There are some episodes of TV that you'll just remember forever. That is one of them. When Dwayne Wade came to the wedding, baby, please. Like, that was great television.
And that was ad-libbed. That part was ad-libbed too. So that was like real.
Yeah.
We're going to do we're going to do a television couple episode where we kind of like highlight some of the great, because me personally, I think Whitney Gilbert and Dwayne Wade is the greatest couple of all time for television. I really do think that.
I could see on a few different points how you could argue that.
And I want to just go over, and sometimes we got to rank and everything. I don't want to rank. I just want to just talk about different ones and
that's cool.
Explore.
That's cool. We can do that. There's
Uncle Phil, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Shout out to Uncle Phil, because you were a great example of a father. There's only one other father that stands the test of time that is the greatest father of television time on my list.
Who's that?
Motherfucking James Evans.
Man.
Don't nobody hold a candle to James Evans.
You know what's so funny? When we did the sitcom episode, my cousin said I was fooling. He was like, how y'all get rid of Good Time? He was like, dog, James Evans is your father. He was like,
yeah.
He was like, nigga, your dad is James Evans and shit. And I was like,
all of our fathers, if you grew up like in a certain era of time, you live with a James Evans in your home. And I'll even take a stretch, and we'll probably touch on him in a minute. But I think we all, if you're a black man and you grew up with a black father, you grew up with LeVar Ball in your household also.
100%.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. But we'll touch on that in a minute. But James Evans is the GOAT of fathers.
Like, it gives you some of the characteristics that the reason I say that is, one, he definitely was a disciplinarian, right?
Hell yeah. Didn't nobody even think to step to James Evans.
Now, you never actually saw him do anything.
Nah,
But
but it was always implied.
It's that fear. When you can put that fear.
Now, I
into
watched the
somebody.
episode where he like whooped one of Michael's friends because he wasn't doing his homework in the house, and James beat his ass.
Like, so, my father definitely, when we talk.
The whooping house. The whooping house. I'll never let that shit go.
Yeah, the whooping house turned into our house.
The whooping house is always your house.
Y'all want to do a story time with Jay?
Come on, man. Help us
All right,
out.
listen.
Because I'm definitely, before we end this episode, I got a story time with Dame about my old man. Shit is phenomenal.
So
Go
listen,
ahead.
My dad gonna kill me for this shit. So
You still scared to get a whooping from your old man at 35?
So listen, my brother, myself, and my cousin, we had did something bad. Right, my brother did something bad, and I didn't tell. And we didn't tell.
You're not supposed to.
We benefited from the badness. It was something pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna talk about what it is. We was on punishment for a year. We was on punishment for
Nigga, I've been on punishment for some shit for a full solid
We
year.
didn't get Christmas presents. They told other people not to buy us Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? Well, Auntie did sneak us all of us a Walkman, and they let it pop. Like, we was in trouble, right?
Okay.
So my father, he didn't give us a whooping. He was hurt initially. He didn't give us a whooping.
That's worse than getting that
Initially.
disappointment.
But it was coming. My father went out. My father can make anything. He made a paddle. He went out and bought some wood.
I remember you telling because he made paddles for the whole
Yes.
family.
He went out, bought some wood. He carved it.
He whittled it.
Sanded it, shellacked it, drilled holes in it, stained it. You know what I'm saying? Put the black masking tape around and shit. And like we
for his grip.
yeah, like we was looking out the window. Like we saw him, like he was like Conan building a sword. You know what I'm saying? We seen him out in the back like making this shit. And then once he made it, he didn't give us a whooping yet. Like he did, like it was like
He was still practicing swinging it around.
some torture shit, right? So we ultimately had to line up one day, and you know what I'm saying, and grip the ankles. Well,
Wow.
yeah. So look, one time it was one morning before school, and he was like, "Line up," and my mom came along, was like, "No." Not before school. No. I'm like, so
Was that for the dramatics or was she
no,
still really?
she was dead ass. Like,
Okay.
you're not about to whoop these kids for no. So we figured, like, all right, when we come home from school, we getting our ass whooped. It wasn't that day either. This motherfucker is
He's playing mind games. He's playing mind games with
I'm
y'all.
a thinker, and I get that from my father. I know how to plan and plot shit out because of him. So we did ultimately. One time they came home from church like on a Wednesday Bible study or something, hit us to line up, and I'm so glad I didn't, right? So listen, hold your ankles, you know what I'm saying? And he was scared to hit us with the paddle because at the end of the day, he love us and don't want to hurt us.
He don't want to kill you.
Yeah, so when he hit me with it, like it was like one of those just a little tap, and I'm thinking in my head, this another mind game that he was doing, and like I was about to laugh. I'm glad I didn't, because
He would have murdered you.
yes, he was like, because he don't want to hurt us, right? You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of like, how do I test it out? But we got our ass whooped with this paddle. So then he made a paddle for my aunt Addie. He made
A
paddle for
product
our-
of Johnson family paddles.
Literally, he made these paddles for everybody in the family, and then so everybody, when they really fucked up, they got the paddle. So my cousins loved that. Like it was our fault.
He should have branded it, like put it in stores or something.
The paddle was it's still out there.
It's still available
It's
for
still out
purchase.
there. And guess what? After I have children, I'm taking that motherfucking paddle and I'm putting that bitch on the mantelpiece, and that is definitely gonna be the option for when you do something really, really bad.
Hey man, since we're sharing story time, I'm gonna share a story time about my old man Ray Cash.
Okay.
My dad is really particular about shit. Like he likes shit done a certain way, and he is a motherfucking neat freak. I'll say it because I know he don't listen to the podcast, but I say it. My old man is a neat freak, like to the point where, like, he's methodical with the shit. I can come into the house and slide in while he sleep to leave him some mail, because every now and again, like, he'll still get some mail to my house. I got an aunt. My father, like, I bought my house from my parents when I got as of age and, you know, got some money. So I still got an aunt that still sends shit to my house from my dad, even though he hasn't lived there in at least 25 fucking years.
Right.
But God bless her heart, she still sends shit there for him. So whatever. So let's rewind to a time far, far away back in the 90s. I was going in the 10th grade, and I decided this year I was going to play football. That was my thing. And my dad we live on a corner house. My old man still lived there. We live on a corner house, and my old dude was real anal about the fucking grass. Mm-hmm. The grass got to be cut every Wednesday, not Tuesday, not Thursday. He want the grass cut on Wednesday. And when I say you cut his grass, you edge it, you sweep all the shit up. Shouldn't nothing be there by the time he make it home. And my dad he knew back then I was playing football in the summer, and if anybody that played football, you know about 2-a-day practices.
Yeah.
I'd had 2-a-day practices during the summer, so I would, after practice, I get on the Grand River bus, drive an hour from Cass to my parents' house, and I get off the bus and wouldn't even take a shower, just pull out the motherfucking lawnmower, and I get to cutting because he gonna be home. Like his routine, like my dad, you can time your watch to his routine because he's just methodical with that shit.
My dad been to the corner every day at 5 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah. So I knew at 5:30 he was going to be coming up the block, and the grass better be. I'm getting off the bus from practice at like 2:30. Mm-hmm. I know he gonna be home about 5:30, so I'm hopping straight to it because it's a big ass corner lot. So it's gonna take me at least 2 to 3 hours to cut that shit to his liking.
Okay,
to his liking, because I can cut the grass in about an hour. I can knock out the whole lot in about an hour, but it's not gonna be the way that he like it. So I know it's gonna take me because he like his lines the line's supposed to overlap.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so I mean, it was some wild shit. So one weekend, I decided, you know what, practice kicked my ass this week. He had the lawnmower set to a specific setting, and it was just known that you don't touch the fucking setting on the snapper, because that's just what the fuck it is. But this week, I said, you know what, I don't want to cut grass next week, so I'm going to take this bitch down a notch. And I cut the grass.
A little bit lower, didn't he?
A lot lower. My nigga, I burnt the whole grass. We talking middle of July. The grass is turning brown after I'm finished cutting it because I have cut it that low and scorched the earth. I can still recall. So he also wanted, there was a certain way he wanted you to cut it. You start from the backyard, then you come out and do the front yard. I don't know why.
I always start with the front.
Not at Ray Cash house. You start from the back, you work your way out to the front. And that's what the fuck I did. So I remember cutting the grass. Now, mind you, it's middle of July. It's 80 plus. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the backyard being brown. My homeboy Rich coming up the street like, my nigga, what are you doing to the grass? I'm cutting it. He was like, you burning it. In my 15, 16-year-old mind, I don't give no fuck. I'm not going to cut the grass next week. I'm cutting this grass. It is turning brown as I'm cutting it. I can see, my old dude used to drive a Toyota Camry at the time. I can see the Camry coming up the street, and I can visibly see him locking eyes with me, and his eyes getting big as paper plates because the grass is fucking doo-doo brown. He got out the car, my dad used to wear a suit and tie to work every single day, and he still did until the day he retired. He got out the car, took the lawnmower out of my hands. He told me, yo, I don't want you to touch my grass again. And I was like, cool. In my mind, I'm thinking fine, because I don't want to cut this shit no way. It took a whole month for the grass to grow back right, because I fucked it up so bad. He was out on the grass that night with the sprinklers on, trying to get the shit back, trying to start getting that shit back together.
Man, my pops is very particular about the grass as well, and they had like little lawn wars with the guys down the street. One guy down the street, he was way too dedicated. He'd be out there with scissors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was way too dedicated. Like,
and man, True Green, all that shit. My dad give a fuck about that grass.
Shout out to Ray Cash, man.
Yo, he's still sick. I'm 35. My dad like 63. If I go by there today, because it's Saturday, he's cutting grass. Not with no push, not with no lawn, like no riding mower. He out there pushing that shit. Backyard first, front yard.
Man, I gotta start cutting grass again and shit, man.
Man, I hate that shit, but I do have a teenage son, so I never touch the grass no more.
Dude, he scorched that bitch though.
He hasn't scorched it as of yet, but he got it in him.
You gotta set up a Wednesday grass cutting day for that man, cause he need to have one of these stories about you. You better set up that.
Let me tell you something. My son is 14, and I can promise you, he has seen some. My son, I don't even want to say what he walked in on.
Oh shit!
But let's just say it was me, 2 ladies, and a bunch of marijuana. The end.
Man, get that boy.
Father of the year.
All right, man. Let's go back into some more of these fathers, man. I think people probably don't think about this one when you talk about good fathers on television. I'm going Fred G. Sanford, man.
Explain that one to me, because I'm a little lost on Fred G.
One, that boy, he loved Lamont. He loved his son so much, in fact, that he meddled in his life. He wanted,
but Lamont still lived at the crib
because he got a great father that let this grown ass man live at the crib.
Lamont could bring hoes to the house.
Also, he started a family business, Sanford and Sons, because I want my son to be financially stable when I finally get the big one. when I go to see Elizabeth. When he go see Elizabeth, but he really, and his son really loved his father as well. But like he didn't want his son to be with the wrong woman. Like he would literally go out his way to make sure that Lamont was taken care of. And and they was friends. Like, yeah, you don't really see that all the time. Sometimes it's definitely a disciplinarian role, but not a lot of people are friends with their father. And I like the when I used to watch that, I always admired the fact that you could be friends with your son. You can actually have a business. You can live with your father. Like, I think that relationship changes as you get older, because like my old man went from being, I won't say that we necessarily are friends, but like it went from being the disciplinarian to more of an advisor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I can come to him for advice, talk to him, bounce certain ideas off of him, and it's not like I'm gonna be on punishment or some shit. Like, yeah, he may have something to say, but I know it comes from you know, an honest and a loving place. That relationship definitely changes, because now I sit and I kick it with my pops.
You can kick it with him about shit and it's cool.
And like I put him like, cause he can build anything, he can fix anything except computers. I'm the computer guy. Yeah. I can't fix a car. I'm like basic shit. You know what I'm saying? I can know. All right, your fucking alternator probably go take that up here. Like, but I can't. I've never went down and tried to. He can fix anything. He makes anything. He a painter. He's a builder. He redid our whole kitchen, put rooms inside the house. Like he literally can do anything, right? But he wasn't real tech savvy, so I taught the nigga how to go online and go to YouTube and not be researching different things. He got me into guns, you know what I'm saying? As a child, we was always shooting. I built my AR-15 from scratch or whatever, right? And then once I learned how to do it, like I bought him the parts, and we for his birthday, and then we built one together. You know what I'm saying? So we bond over different guns and different things. So we sit there and kick it. And then, you know, I'll be off into some left type thinking and shit, right? Yeah. And I share different documentaries and stuff with him. And we sit there and we kick it, you know, discuss the Bible and different things. You know what I'm saying? When we was younger, like, that wasn't things that I could do.
No, not at all. And I look at like that same thing with my old man. Once my mother passed, my father waited for about a year. Then he wanted to get like back out there and date. Or not even date, but shit, at least have a female to accompany him to like the movies, the concert, and I was single at the time also, and listening to like my old man go through certain shit as now being a single man after being with my mom for 30 plus years, like, you know, like us bouncing off the different bullshit that we went through with women, like it was eye opening.
Yeah, that's
because I'm like, Dad, you've been out the game for a minute.
You've been out the game for 35 years.
Yeah, and there was certain shit that he used to.
Cell phones now, Dad. Like,
yo, it was certain shit that he used to run off to me like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing. I said, well, you're gonna be single for a long motherfucking time, because like it's a new day and age, and even a older woman wants certain shit. Like you just gonna have to get past some of your stick. Well, your mama never. Like, well, mom gone.
Man, we got to shout out Carl Winslow for being. I know you didn't like Family Matters.
I don't like the Urkel show, but Carl Winslow was always there for them kids.
Always, man. He was a great father.
But he did let Judy just disappear without no nothing. She was just gone one day.
Contract disputes. You know
Nah, you don't let your kids just disappear, Carl.
Hey man, she got rid off the show.
You just don't let your kids disappear.
But he definitely let his wife's sister stay there with her kid too.
Yeah, and raised a helping hand and raising that little nigga with the mullet.
Yeah. Carl Winslow was a great
Opened up
father.
his door to Steve to come in and fuck shit up every single week.
Absolutely. Let's talk about LeVar Ball, man.
In my opinion, like the Father of the Year award should be named after LeVar Ball.
I think LeVar Ball gets Father of the Year this year, dog. I don't understand why everybody hates this man. Because everybody keep talking about we don't want to deal with the father. And I try to ask him, what exactly has he done to upset you? Because the only thing he's ever done
is hype up his son.
They got mad when he said he could beat Jordan 1-on-1 in his heyday.
If you live with a black father at some point in life that may have had an athletic past, of course your dad is going to say to you, yeah, and back in my day I could have beat Michael Jordan.
So what? And his rationale for it was like, well, back in my day I'm like 6'5", 260, 270. He's 6'6", 205 maybe. I'm too big for him. Hey, look, if that's what you think, that's what you think. But y'all mad at him for it?
Hold on, but you I say this even for myself as a father. I don't let my kids think for a second that I'm not everything I pipe up to be on this motherfucking podcast. My son a small story. My son, me and my ex-wife, me and her boyfriend got into a war of words at one time.
Okay.
But I mean, he was doing what he was supposed to do. He heard me talking crazy to my ex-wife. That's her current boyfriend. Of course he gonna pipe up and say something. Now my son happened to be in earshot and he said, Dad, what would you have done if so-and-so would have ran up on you? I would have beat his motherfucking ass. I would have beat shit down the back of his leg. I would have cracked his motherfucking head open. You think your daddy would have took a L? Huh? Is that what you think? Absolutely not. I would have beat him within an inch of his life. I would have beat the love of Jesus out of that nigga.
I seen my daddy get into a conflict when he didn't know that anybody was watching, and I saw how he handled and carried himself when he didn't have a audience. It was just him in the middle of the night with a gun behind his back and somebody running through the backyard as I'm peeking out the window. And hey, I got much love and respect for my pops because it ain't all talk. Because I seen him in his natural habitat by himself. But LeVar Ball, he said he can beat Michael Jordan. I'm not mad at him, whether I agree or not.
Yeah.
To ask me if your son is better than Steph Curry right now, hell, fuck yeah, my son is better than Steph Curry. Nigga, my son is better than everybody. Why people mad at that shit?
You're supposed to hype up your kids.
Like, other than
if you're
that,
not their biggest cheerleader of the world, not gonna be.
They telling he made some shoes with a high price tag, right? There's a bunch of companies with shoes with high price tag. Like, what exactly has he done except support his father? I mean, support himself. Say, yeah, I used to. The nigga played college ball and he went to 2 NFL teams. Like, the nigga's an athlete.
He tried out. He didn't make no roster, but he tried.
He was on a practice team. So he didn't make a full actual NFL. He didn't play in an NFL game, but on 2 different teams. When Pete Carroll was in the NFL the first time, his tight end coach liked him so much that when he left, they took him with him or whatever. Never played college football today. I played college basketball in junior college, and then I went to I went to a full college and played ball, and then I literally went to the NFL without ever playing college football. I'm an athlete. In my brain, y'all can't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I'm a tight end. Really? It's hard as fuck to make a team, even a practice team in the NFL.
Hell yeah.
I watch Hard Knocks every year. Like, and
that's my shit.
You know,
I love Hard Knocks.
And I got I got respect for them niggas who never get in the game because them niggas are balling, and they was the shit in college, and they don't get no love. But like, the man in his brain thinks he's an athlete. I don't got no problem with that. And guess what? He raised 3 sons who ain't never been in no fucking trouble. Who I watched his little reality series on YouTube because everybody say that these kids are scared of him. Nigga, no.
They love and respect their father.
No, the fuck they not. Like, I actually got to see how they interact with each other and how they personalities. Like, this man is a great father. I'm missing why y'all so mad. Like, And guess what? I would not know who the fuck Lonzo Ball is without LeVar Ball. I just wouldn't know.
He the megaphone. That's all.
I just wouldn't know. Now, did you see when Lonzo Ball did his workout? It was people out there like it was Kobe. Like they literally had like 50 to 60 reporters out there just asking him questions, and he handled all the questions well. He's like, "Oh, we ain't seen this." Now he got the Father's Day commercial that's running on Foot Locker.
The Foot Locker. That's just funny as hell.
Like I ain't played the game yet. I ain't been drafted. I'm the star of it because they referring to it as the the Lonzo Ball commercial. All the draft picks are in this or potential draft picks are in this commercial.
There's only one that you know, and that's because, well, really, like, there's not that many of them that you know at all, but Lonzo Ball is a star of it because of his father's touting his talents from day one. I don't have no problem with LeVar Ball. If you grew up in a home with a black father, there's some LeVar Ball sprinkled into that shit.
Nigga, my son is great. Why would you your son or daughter comes up to you and asks, "Dad, you think I can be as good as Serena Williams one day?" Hell yes, you can, sweetheart.
You can be better.
Why is that wrong? I don't get it. What is the problem? Well, he's just too much. Too much what? Too much confidence? You better instill some confidence in them boys because guess what? This world is hard.
And the world gonna kick their ass and knock them down.
And they gotta understand that they built tough enough to take
they built
this shit
to win.
on.
They built to win.
You better instill. Ain't nothing wrong with confidence, and especially when you can back it up.
Hell yeah!
Shout out to him, great father,
LeVar motherfucking Ball. That's all I got, bro.
I'm putting Vegeta and Goku on the list.
Can I share something?
Dog,
I've never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Man,
I've never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Come on,
I know their characters from Dragon Ball Z. I've never watched it. I'm sorry.
Dog. They going on the list as great fathers. Dog.
Okay.
They done died so many times for their children. Really though, great fathers. I'm not. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, you don't have no problem with Vegeta and Goku being on this list. It just is what it is. They get great. I don't know, man. I think that. Do we got any more?
God.
It's the greatest father of all time, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
That's it.
That's the top of the list. That's all. That's all I got, man.
That's all we got, man.
Hey, man, shout out to all the dads, all the fathers celebrating Father's Day. I hope that you get the big piece of chicken, the big steak, a quiet house with no kids, and the sex that you deserve for Father's Day, my brother.
Absolutely. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Women, do not, under any circumstances, let me repeat this, do not, under any circumstances, start that fuck shit and start patting yourselves on the back for Father's Day.
Nope.
You just had a day. It's called Mother's Day. I understand you may be a single mom.
He may be a deadbeat dad, but tomorrow's not your day. It's not your day.
Don't start that fuck shit. Let the men out here who are actually fathers enjoy their day. You are not a father. You are a mother. An exceptional mother trying to play the role of both, but you can't. You just an exceptional mom. You're not a father. Don't start that fuck shit tomorrow, please.
Yeah. I don't want to hear single Mother's Day. No, bitch, it's not your day. And I have absolutely no sympathy for that shit. If I see one of my female friends talk,
unfollow.
You are going to blocked hell.
I'm unfollowing.
I'm blocking you on everything.
I'm dead ass serious, and I'm super petty. If I see that fuck shit, I'm blocking you.
I have absolutely no sympathy for mothers on Father's Day. Fuck you. Because you know what? For Mother's Day,
this shit took a turn for the worse.
Yeah, and it's about to get real greasy for a quick second. For Mother's Day, you see all these commercials: buy mom flowers, buy mom jewelry, K Jewelers. You see the line coming out of Alex and Ani, Tiffany's. Niggas is lined up. You know what? I don't want a fucking drill for Father's Day. I don't want a goddamn tie. Step it up a notch for me this year. Buy dad a Shinola.
That's a great fucking gift.
Buy me some fucking Bond number 9 cologne. Don't go to fucking Burlington Coat Factory and get me no cologne. Go to Neiman's. I want some Clive Christensen. I want some fucking Creed. Buy me some shit that y'all had to put some real money in.
Well, once I have some children at some point in my life, they better buy me guns and ammo on Father's Day.
That's perfectly fine. You can buy dad an AK. Buy me a Glock 19. There's one that I got my eye on right now. You can buy that for me and some hollow points.
Yeah.
Ask mom to take you to the gun and knife show. And my oldest can definitely point you out to the pistol that I desire. I love my kid. So I typically have my kids on Sundays because that's just my court appointed fucking day to have my kids. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't want you all to stay on Father's Day. I want you to come, bring me something to eat, bring me a gift, shower me with love for 2 to 3 hours, and go back home. Let me enjoy Father's Day in peace.
Okay.
I want a tomahawk steak, 32 ounces, a loaded baked potato, and I'm going to eat that bitch. A loaded baked potato, some asparagus, a Simply lemonade, just a straight lemonade, and a fifth of Hennessy.
Boy, you talking about, man, that's a lot.
That's fine.
You might have a heart attack.
No, that's going to be my breakfast, lunch, and fucking dinner. I'm going to eat that shit a piece at a time. And I want you all to shower me with gifts, praise me as being an amazing father, and go back home to your mama.
Well, hopefully they'll listen to this.
And I would like a Shinola and a Glock 19.
I'll take the Glock. Well, I got that actually already. I don't have the Shinola.
And buy me a game for the PlayStation.
Yeah, I sold my PlayStation. I already have a Glock 19. But we just appreciate all the fathers out there. Give out the social media, man.
Yo, Dame Gone Wild, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I've been on one this whole episode.
It's okay.
And I didn't even drink today.
This is sober Dame, by the way.
Yeah, like I got a phone call right before the podcast started that lit my shit on fucking fire.
This nigga was mad as I wish I should have been recording this shit, though.
I was mad than a motherfucker.
By the time I thought to turn the mic on or hit the record on the camera, it was too late.
It was over. We missed some there were some amazing quotables in that conversation. But you know what? I'm full of them. Yeah. So I mean, even if you didn't catch it this time, you'll catch it soon. But Dame Gone Wild, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Shop Talk Podcast Picnic is about to pop off. We'll have more details like within the next 2 weeks. Start getting your summer bodies together now. It's not too late, ladies. It's not too late.
Follow Shop Talk Podcast on Instagram. Go follow the Facebook page at Shop Talk Pod. And I'm Jay Johnson 313 on all social media. And go to the website, shoptalkpod.com. If you listen on iTunes, go rate the podcast 5 stars. I don't care if you hate it. Go rate that shit 5 stars. Drop a comment.
And tell a friend. Tell a friend. Just tell one, for Father's Day, just tell one person about the podcast.
Yeah. We appreciate it if you do that. And we got some cool guests coming up. I reached out to a couple people. Man, I forgot. I didn't even tell you about this. I reached out to a couple people, and we got some pretty cool guests lined up.
Next week, we got my friend Keena Day from who's an incredible author. We'll be putting her on the podcast, and we got some big guests about to come through this bitch.
Absolutely, and a lot of things to be looking forward to. I mean, we 1 year in. We blessed to have everybody listening and taking the time out of their day, week, month, or whatever to show some support. It definitely means a lot. You know, we see the likes, we see the comments, we see the listens from all over the country, and not even a cliche, like it really, really touches my heart, warms my heart to see all the love and support. We 1 year in, but we got some really, really big things popping for year number 2. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dane.
Goddamn right.
Peace.